those of us who have been in healthcare for our lives know that there are profound disparities in care.
We are the most expensive healthcare delivery system in the world, yet our health is probably number 25 in the world. And so there's a real disconnect there.
We, at that moment in time, in just Hennepin County, had 4,000 nurse shortfall.
We're short of doctors, we're short of nurses, we're short of med techs, we're short of everything. And the number of patients are going up, and the number of physicians, nurses, et cetera, going down.
And everybody in the industry and outside of the industry says, we've got to be able to do something better.
In about 2017, we had a board retreat addressing the pending healthcare needs in our community. And we stepped back and said, number one, we're Catholic. And Catholic means to help those in need. Second is that we are entrepreneurial. And third is we have this intuition, this gut reaction that there's a substantial healthcare shortage and need in our space.
We really do need to open another school of health. We need more nurses.
We are focusing on the whole person. And the whole person isn't just their physical health.
The opening up of a college of health dedicated to the health sciences, nursing, and then, of course, social work and the Graduate School of Professional Psychology and health and exercise science has stimulated opportunities for interdisciplinary work.
I just have to credit John Morrison, who's always ready to go yesterday. He and Susan are not daunted usually by anything that comes their way as an idea, especially when it's one that will serve.
We would be remiss not thanking and deeply thanking John and Sue Morrison. This has been an idea of theirs for a long time.
Many years ago when we were young, Sue used to have unwed mothers come to our house and live with us. And Sue was a nurse, and she delivered babies. And I remember how afraid and scared and worried they were coming into a different environment. And so one of the things that I wanted to do is to develop a situation where they made people feel comfortable, because that's where all the care is. And that's what Sue did.
How did we find our founding dean? And particularly Mike Howe, who's a fantastic founding dean. We did a search in a traditional way. And what we learned through that process is our vision for the College of Health was so distinctive that a traditional search mechanism isn't going to find the right candidate.
I remember quite vividly when Dr. Hong came and gave her on-campus interview. There was a public lecture, as there always is. She just blew the room away. As I was leaving the room, I said, we've got to hire her.
And she is a breath of fresh air. She's just so great and has so much enthusiasm and tells a good story and cries at it a lot. So she's one of the gifts that we met in all of this process.
We are so glad to have you here for our pinning ceremony, the Susan S. Morrison School of Nursing MSN graduates of May 2025. We celebrate you.
When I accepted the dean role in 2019, someone called John Morrison was crazy enough to say, yeah, I think she's going to be okay. And Brian Wenger joined him in saying that we could do this. And we dreamed of creating a new College of Health and a flagship school of nursing that would be really distinctive in its approach. Shortly thereafter, the School of Nursing was named after Susan S. Morrison. The culmination of so many years of work and dreaming and scheming. Their encouragement inspired me and all of us to think bigger and broader.
As you know, the University of St. Thomas is a 140-year-old university. And at its roots, 140 years ago, it was entrepreneurial. So when we approach a significant new endeavor, like contemplating a college of health, it's consistent with who a long-term university has been, because we're always innovative and always entrepreneurial, and that's in our roots.
We are large enough to have all kinds of schools, colleges, and departments. And we are small enough that we know each other and we can collaborate.
St. Thomas has a wonderful, wonderful history of moving things that are in the community's interest and in a relatively rapid way. So that innovative entrepreneurial spirit seems to be part of St. Thomas's DNA.
3, 2, 1, yes!
We're a college that was set up to shift the status quo and the paradigm in health education, making sure that it's not just about survival, but it's flourishing in all of its forms. Our outcomes are excellent. 97 to 100% of our students find jobs or an education afterwards. We know that we have above 95 to 100% pass rates for our new nursing cohorts. So we talk a lot at St. Thomas about whole person health and whole person formation. And it's with the recognition that as human beings, regardless of what part of us is under distress at the time, if we don't address the part that's needing support or relief, we're not going to be successful. I'm on a personal mission to make sure that we alleviate suffering and that we are there for people when they're at their wits' end and they need help. That's who I've always been. And that's who I get to be now by making sure that I use all my talents, capabilities, and skills to actually help make this a really successful college, not just for this generation, but every generation that comes after.